Afternoon, everyone, and a Merry Christmas. Right then, so I'm going to do a review video of these Attilan Rough Riders. Now, I absolutely am so pleased that my mum bought me this because I think they're just one of those cool, wacky things in 40k where one might argue they really should have long ago gone past the need for cavalry, and yet here we have some, futuristic cavalry. Of course, we can see here we've got a horse. There's no other way to put it, but these horses have been augmented, and of course we've got the absolutely, they just look cool. Now, although these are called the Attilan Rough Riders as well, I could imagine that you could easily make them, I can't remember the planet that the white scars come from, Cholis or something like that. But yeah, so you could do them as them for white scars. Right, let's have a look inside the box and let's have a look what's going on in here. So, what we've got, to put it as simply as possible, you can tell I haven't opened this yet because it's still stiff to open. On the back box art, the colours that they've chose to use on these are very traditional of the Rough Riders, even though of course the models have long since improved in quality from the originals. If you remember, if you'd ever seen the original Rough Rider miniatures, the original Rough Rider miniatures were very, I'm going to say basic in a lot of ways, as in like the horses were just very basic, simple horses. I think, to be quite honest, they were old world horses, repurposed for the, excuse me, I'm actually dying of either the flu or COVID here. It's absolutely wrecking me at the moment. Sorry. Yeah, they were just repurposed for 40k. So it's nice to see the difference here. Right, let's have a look first of all what we've got in here before I start moving along and exploring the sprues in detail. One thing that I will be curious to look at in here is, if they're all unique, or if what they've done is they've kind of repurposed the same horse 3 times, 4 times. I suspect that's what's going to have happened here, but we'll see when we go through them. We also have a set of transfers. Now, it's interesting to see the vehicle transfer included in this. But, that in itself it's a positive thing in a lot of ways, that they've given us this transfer for the vehicles. So if you've got a very particular army that you're aiming for, then of course you've got those transfers to apply. We've also got the Cadian transfer sheet. Again, that's quite interesting. This isn't to put in here, more probably for the numbers than the actual Cadia symbols. Okay, so we've also got the how to build them. Again, this is where I will be curious about how much variety there is. Is it just one kind of horse frame, 1 or 2 basic horse frames that we play around with, or is there variety? Now, looking at this, I think what we've got potentially, let's see here. So we've got like the kind of main horse body area, and it's so far, it does look like that, the head options are changeable. It looks even like the torsos are interchangeable as well, which I like the idea of. We've got quite a few facial options, so again, I'm glad to see that. What else have we got here? Because what I'm curious about as well is the body in a lot of ways. How universal is the body? Could you say put a different head on? Could you 3D print your own head so that you could come up with different Rough Riders? So I'm having a look at the actual horse's body, so to speak. It does seem that we get a few different body plans. As I said, I'll have to really have a good look at the kit to see how different each horse can be. but it does feel like it's the riders themselves that have the variety rather than the horses. You can probably tell that my voice is very badly shot, but I really wanted to get this video done. Okay, so looking at this, we do have some variety, which is, you know, something that we really want here. I love the fact that they've gone for these kind of like specialised lances and power swords to make them futuristic, basically, to make them Warhammer 40k rather than just fantasy miniatures with guns. So yeah, they look really cool, and there's actually some choices as far as weaponry options, head options, so there's quite a lot going on there as far as choices are concerned. Right, well, what are we really interested in here though is our spruce. I'm just going to push the cavalry bases to one side a second, and let's have a look at this. Let's see what this looks like now. If I put them together, basically I'm going to put them side by side like this because I really want to have a look here. I'm going to try and see if things basically look too identical, and that's going to be whether or not I can, basically I'm hoping to tell whether or not each horse is unique and individual, or if they've just basically cleverly carbon copied everything and then just tried to kind of cram it all together. Best way for me to do this really is to find examples of one particular side. So we have, if we look at just one particular side, to my mind, they look unique. So they don't look like they've just basically put the same miniature on 3 different frames to try and fool us. That doesn't appear to be what it is. So it looks here like each horse is unique. If we look at it from here, so basically if we have a look at this box art, that does appear to be what it is. That's very good. So we've got 5 different looking horse bodies. However, what I am not seeing on a cursory glance is much originality in the heads of the horses. So all the horse heads, if I look at them, look kind of one piece, one set. I don't think that really bothers me with the actual horses themselves. I think if the individual people on the horses were all carbon copies, I would find that very annoying. But it's not. What we've got here is we've got, you know, quite a lot of control, you know, over our head options. The way that the heads as well look like they've been created, and again, these are the kind of things that are fun to look for. They look like they've got universal joints. Now, why is that a positive thing? Well, that means that what we can do is we can take these cavalry bodies, which, looking at them, I'm not going to deny, I kind of like the fact that they look very generic. Normally, I would kind of be annoyed about bodies being too generic, but in this case, the reason I like the way that these bodies look is it means that you can put your own different heads on. So as I said, you could either 3D print some heads or buy them from somewhere. And effectively what you end up with is the ability to just create your own unique flavour. Again, another positive thing is because of the way that the bodies have been created and the arms have been created, if you look carefully at them, this is a rare thing for a lot of Games Workshop kits now, particularly in Warhammer 40k. The arms, again, they're kind of very easy to change. So if I were to go and get myself, say, for example, a Bretonnian Knight kit, now looking at the size of these, looking at the scale involved in them, I think it would be really easy to go get a Bretonnian Knight's arm, do a bit of work and replace that with a Bretonnian Knight's arm, use a Bretonnian Knight's head, basically create your own unique cavalry. So there's a lot of positives on this. I want to build these as straight Attilan Rust Riders, but I like the idea of also buying a second set of these in the future just to do conversions and just show you how to create something different. Which I won't do right now because, as I said, I'm not having a very positive day with my health. I'm really struggling at the moment. But looking at what we've got here, we've got a really beautiful kit. As I said, we've got, you know, some good heads here. Now, again, looking at the heads and looking at the facial features, I really would have to get a good, like, kind of zoom on them. But to my mind, they've got a good combination on their facial features. What I mean by that is they don't look what you might call strictly Caucasian, but they don't look generically Asian either. Why is that a good thing? Well, it just kind of creates, basically, it doesn't feel like they've tried to go one direction explicitly. So the facial features, they don't just look like, say, Mongolians. And I know that might seem a very strange thing to say, but the Attilan Rough Riders could be almost stereotype cast, for want of a better word. So I'm glad that they've actually tried to do facial features where, you know, they look, you know, like, yeah, you could give them a darker skin tone and it would work. You could give them a lighter skin tone and it would work. Again, it's about you being able to make your own story with them. So I do like that. Anyway, so what we've got is we've got you know, a really nice kit here, and I'm going to enjoy putting this together, actually. And I'm going to just apologise because I really want to get these built, and I'm probably going to have to build them while struggling with my horrible sore throat. But I just want to get these built today. They absolutely look amazing. Right. So I absolutely love this kit. I think it looks amazing. I'm looking forward to building it. It's a complex kit, so I'm going to probably have to build them one at a time. Part of me feels, though, like so tempted to actually just get a few little, like, Bretonnian knight parts. Maybe not do them, but maybe show you how you could do it. As a potential option. So there we go. The Attilan Rough Riders. What gorgeous models they are. And I will be building them quite soon. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.